Do 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 boom 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 do 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 boom 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 boom. News at 10 past 10. Hello and welcome to News at 10 past 10 with me, your news broadcaster. I'm here today to talk to you about the news that's been going on around the world. Apparently I'm live on YouTube. Who knew? And we are going to be looking at various news stories from the week, and at the end we'll have a bit of a laugh and a bit of a giggle at stuff that's just actually quite funny and a bit more light-hearted, because it's all very, 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 very depressing at the moment. Just everything in the news is just depressing. So we're going to have a look at the lighter side of what's going on in news, like IT. So, Bim, guess what? It's time for the news. DT's come in. I held up, you're good. Calderdale Top Cat, I've been watching Tron, sorry Jeff Bridges. It's one where Flint sucks to the grid. I have seen Tron. It was a long while ago though. I'm talking about it at the shop actually, because we've just had Auto Man in, which is like from the same people as Tron, but TV show, which wasn't very good. Anyway, I trust you're all well. So yeah, we've had a mixed bag of news, mainly in the UK for a change. Although obviously we've still got stuff going on around and about the world, including Trump, Putin, Kim Jong-un, Xi Jinping, various other people as well. So they're all going to get a bit of a mauling. That's what it's all about. The game grid, that is. Oh yeah. The ching ching ching. Jax, hi to you too. Hope you're good. You have a good week as well, Calderdale Top Cat. We will see you again next time. So, yeah, the main news of what is going on. There's a lot going on, so it's quite a full one. So we best get cracking. Otherwise, well, you know. Stephen, yep, Stephen Kelly and Rollo. Hope you're good. Rollo's a dog. I don't normally talk like that when I talk to people. Rollo's a dog. Or some sweets. No, there's them specified. It could be a tube of sweets. Just like Rolls back in the day until I became allergic to milk chocolate. So, Right then. Shall we get on with the news? One main story this week. Oh, first time for a while. And I've tried to find a picture that wasn't embarrassing in any way, shape or form. A picture where the main person involved is not trying to garner attention by wearing outlandish clothes or sunglasses or anything else. Well, hopefully, yeah, some stuff. So the most suitable picture I could come up with was this one. Yeah, we're talking about Angela Rayner. She has been, I used it last week, this picture, but I thought it was so good we could use it again. Oh, I thought it was a helicopter landing on my house. It's not. It's the washing machine doing a spin. If you can hear a rumbling in the background, either that or people are just upset because I put Angela Rayner on the news ting. But yeah, she's been. How can I describe it? A bit naughty. A bit naughty. A lot naughty. Well, has she been naughty? Well, should she go? Well, let's look at this. Let's look at the information we've got. And the information we've got is, and this started on Friday last week, so the day after we did one of these last time. Angela Rayner claims a £700,000 flat overlooking the coast is her main residence, and she's just bought it, saving £40,000 on taxes. Because remember, she's part of the working class. So she's bought a £700,000 flat and saved £40,000 on tax because she was advised to do so, apparently. It kind of rumbled on through the week and people were like, oh, well, you know, it's a bit, you know, you look at all the things that have gone wrong with the Labour Party. We've had the woman who is in charge of corruption currently being charged with corruption. We've had other ministers and things who are in charge of things like transport, etc., completely messing things up, and it's just been horrendous for them. It's a government of sleaze, which is not what we really voted for. Not that I did vote for him anyway, but you know what I mean. So we get to Wednesday, which was yesterday. Rayner submits herself to independent advisors for the minister's code and will pay the £40,000 tax back to the HMRC. The irony, even the BBC say her calling out sleaze and in the Commons while in opposition. But yeah, that's what she did. She was saying, well, they're not fit for office, are they? Because they're not trustworthy and they're dodging taxes and all that kind of thing. But she said that she was actually given advice on doing this by a certain company. Which brings us to today. Rachel Reeves backs Rayner, obviously, because Rachel Reeves is as shit as anyone. And she says that the flat the flat is her main residence, even though it's on the coast, and her main residence would be in London, I would have thought, but she's got a free house in London. She had a house in Ashton-under-Lyne, but she's now used her son's money from compensation for something that happened during his birth, I think, to buy the house, half the house, off her ex-husband, so that no longer in Ashton-under-Lyne is her house, but she's still on the thing for living there and voting there, as she is in London, and now she is in this flat, which has now been vandalised. Oh dear. The firm used by Rayner denies giving any advice whatsoever over tax dealings regarding this fabulous flat that she's bought. So it's very, very difficult to actually think that Angela Rayner, you know, the fisherman, I always call her the fisherman's wife because that's what she looks like and that's what she sounds like. I mean, Ashton-under-Lyne, I drive to every single week when I go to my mum's. You watch my driving videos, if you didn't look at the playlist, Ashton-under-Lyne, 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 Ashton-under-Lyne. I know Ashton-under-Lyne well. I grew up round there. God knows, I probably walked past her a few times in the town centre at some points. When she was a kid, I assume, because I've not been around there for over 30 years. But anyway, it does seem a very strange situation. And for someone who was calling out everyone else when she was in opposition, it seems bizarre that she hasn't resigned. But she has said, I considered resigning. And I thought, well, maybe I should resign, maybe I shouldn't. As soon as you consider resigning, that probably means you should resign. But then she won't be able to afford her house. She'd lose her house in London as well. Oh, it's all horribly awful for her. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. But at least she's got a strong ally in Sir Keir Starmer. Sir Keir Starmer is known for being a strong man with, balls of steel and will make decisions instantly and stick to them. So he will do the right thing with Angela Rayner, probably at some point, and sack her, unless she resigns first at some point. No, he won't, will he? He won't sack her. She'll have to resign, but she won't resign because they're so arrogant that they think that, what did she say? It's one rule for us and one rule for them when she was in opposition. And now what's going on? Oh, let me think. There's one rule for us and one rule for them. It's just an absolute cluster mess. And I honestly don't know how they're going to get out of it, but I'm just going to have a look. Normally we do the breaking news at the end of the news. I'm just seeing now if any breaking news regarding Angela Rayner has occurred. Can't see anything at the moment. It's to do with air fryers. I don't know what that's about because I'm not looking at that. Angela Rayner's lawyers, we never give her tax advice. Oh dear. So yeah, I can't actually see anything that's gone on today. So the good news is nothing's happened. The even better news is she might well end up getting sacked while I'm doing the show. So we'll come back to that later on. Because, breaking news. Breaking news. Got some breaking news from the breaking news desk. Okay, we've got our eyes in the sky watching this. So let's proceed with the remainder of the news for the week. And tis a mixed bag. So I'm sorry I can't be into that. I've got toothache and it's running mad. Don't worry, your health is much more important than anything, so you look after yourself, and all being well, it'll sort itself out for next week, or whenever. But yeah, hopefully you will get yourself sorted in it. Right then, so I've done that. It's not this week's breaking news, is it? Well, no, it's this week's news. Yeah, that'll do, won't it? So this is the general news from the week. So yeah, you look after yourself, Angela, and we'll see you when you're fit and well again. I don't like it when people are not well. It's always upsetting. Anyway, I'm over it. Sorry. You know I'm only joking, Angela. 29th of August. Unbelievable. The Court of Appeal says that the lower court that said that the the hotel for asylum seekers in Epping Forest should be closed, and the Court of Appeal says that they were wrong to say that, adding that it would mean the people moving elsewhere, which is what I said. Didn't I say that last week? It's all very well shutting down these hotels, but if you're just moving people elsewhere, I don't think that necessarily works. What we should do is just lock the doors on the hotels. Chickenpox vaccine now available on the NHS, apparently. I always thought it was. It's been added to the MMR, mumps, measles and rubella, and the other vaccines as well that you get when you're a baby. But I always thought that was free, didn't we? Didn't we used to just have chickenpox parties when I was a kid? I think even had chickenpox parties when my daughter was a kid. But now it's, we're going to get a vaccine. Ooh. Saturday, the 30th of August. Another heavy night of drone strikes and missiles into Ukraine. More people have been killed. I can't read that. Many protests and counter-protests near migrant hotels, more so now because of the unbelievable court decision to overrule the court decision that was the right court decision. Trump told his tariffs are illegal and he doesn't have the power to do them, but he's still doing them anyway because he's Donald Trump. But no one's seen him. Where's he gone? Meanwhile, Sunday the 31st, UK wins multi-billion-pound order to build 5 anti-sub frigates for Norway. Right, okay, that's all well and good, but shouldn't we be building them for ourselves? Isn't our navy completely decimated? Haven't we got aircraft carriers with like 4 aircraft on each of them that keep breaking down every 5 minutes? Surely we should be looking after ourselves before we start building for other countries. And someone's even said that they are building some of these for our navy as well. But the whole thing's probably won't be ready until 2035 because it takes that long to build them. It just seems a bit silly. Don't know. Okay, but yeah. The tourists say all oil and gas will be taken from the North Sea, and Labour say that's a threat to global warming and it won't reduce the prices. So the Tories have turned. They're now doing a drill, baby drill, and although they were doing that beforehand because Rishi had given the go-ahead to do some more exploration in the North Sea before he was ousted by this absolute shite government that we've now got. From bad to worse, out of the frying pan in the fire. The Bay Tapestry is to be loaned to the United Kingdom, but many in France are very concerned about it being transported around such long distances. We can get migrants across on a boat. I'm sure we can get a bit of cloth across. Monday the 1st of September. September already. We're in week 36 of this year. It's just beggars belief. Nights are closing in. It's dark at just gone 8 o'clock now. It's just horrible. I hate this time of year when it goes darker early. Anyway, Monday the 1st of September. The PM launches a government reset. He says that phase 1 is done. Well, that went well, didn't it? And we're now into phase 2 Oh my king God, how many phases is he going to do before he actually does something right? He says he will close hotels sooner. Yvette Cooper says temporary suspended. No, it's to suspend temporary refugee status and the right to reunite with their families. So what she said is people who come over here and then say, oh well, I want my wife to come over here as well, my kids, I've got 8 of them, and then my mum and dad so they can look after the kids, and then my auntie, my neighbour, because I don't want to feel left out, there'll be no one left for them. I want, there ends up to be about 80,000 people here for one person. Yeah, she's going to put a stop to it. Believe it when I see it. Hi, Stephen O'Neill. Stato's here. He's been in a Doctor Who forum. Talking of which, I've never shown you this, have I? But look, we've got a Doctor Who pot TARDIS thing. There you go. Actually use it to keep this camera from moving. So there you go. Who knew? Who knew? Been on my Thursday night Doctor Who chat. Excellent stuff, Stato. Meanwhile, a 6.0 magnitude earthquake hits Afghanistan. At least 800 dead. Aid and rescue is difficult to reach these very isolated villages because what little roads there were have been wrecked by the... I mean, they're not tarmac, they're just dirt tracks, been wrecked by landslides, etc. It's also revealed, this will shock you, that 2025 summer was the warmest on record for the United Kingdom. Average, I think it was of 17.6, which is the average temperature for the entire summer. Now, to me, it didn't feel as warm as other summers, but it was quite sunny and obviously fairly dry. But there's only a few days when it was like really, really hot, but I think because it was up just steady all the way through rather than peaks and troughs, I think that's probably what made it the hottest one ever. And apparently 5 of the top 10 are this side of the teens years, so 2010 onwards. So we are definitely getting warmer. But I've enjoyed this summer, and I think hopefully there'll be another little blast to come before the end. Joe Bugner, the boxer, has died aged 75, suffering from Alzheimer's. He fought against Cooper and Ali, Henry Cooper. You know what I mean, Harry? No, that's a different person. Muhammad Ali, fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. And Frank Bruno, for me, it was a completely different generation. So Joe Bugner must have fought him when he was about, 50 or something. But yeah, sadly passed away. We've lost another famous boxer from that era. September the 2nd, it was a Tuesday. Putin, Xi Jinping meet and are joined by the Little Rocket Man and Iranian leader and India for a huge military parade the following day. Trump is to send federal troops into Chicago after he's done it in LA and Washington DC. He says it's a crime emergency. I'm thinking police state myself. I mean, he's talking about Keir Starmer making the United Kingdom a place where no one can have free speech anymore. I was away at the knock on the door. I did have my column pulled from the paper this week, actually. Interesting. So yeah, it's coming around to all of us. We're not allowed to say what we think anymore. But he's putting basically armed troops into cities around America, even though in those cities crime is falling. It was your mate's birthday on Tuesday, so Keir Starmer, 63-year-old. Did you send him a birthday? Oh, damn. No, I forgot. Oh, God. Oh, he won't speak to me ever. He's never spoke to me ever, but you know what I mean. Epping Forest District Council are refused a chance to appeal the successful appeal by the government, which was appealing the Epping Forest District Council's request to shut down the asylum hotel. I hope you're keeping up with this. Britain's long-term borrowing rate cost is now the highest since 1998, and we're also in more debt than we have been since forever, because that's what Labour do. They just borrow, put taxes up. They do it every time they come in, and then completely bankrupt the country. And we're only just a year into this, and we're already feeling it. Sadly, the death toll in Afghanistan is now 1.4 thousand people. But obviously a lot of these villages have not been reached yet, and many of them have been totally obliterated, so I fear that the death toll is going to be a lot higher. And strange news, the police are suing Sting, the singer. Not the Met Police or GMP, no, the actual band members, because he was in a band called The Police. Do-do-do-do, da-da-da-da, giant steps are what you take, don't stand so, don't stand so close to me, every breath you take. It's like you're having a concert, isn't it, with the Police? Yeah, apparently, even though the other two never wrote anything or did a lot, they had an agreement that they were part of the band, so they would get a much smaller percentage than Sting does, because he wrote everything and did everything. But he's not been paying them, so they're suing him, and he's fallen out with them. So the Sting is being sued by the police. I'll be off his Christmas card list. Oh God, it's another year I won't be getting a Christmas card off Keir Starmer. Sorry, I need a drink to calm myself. The funicular railway in Lisbon, Portugal, falls down a steep hill. 18 injured and 15 dead, all from various countries. Basically, a tourist attraction. A funicular railway is a railway. They have them in Scarborough. They probably have them in Skegness as well. I don't know. It's a similar kind of area. And it's where you got one at the top on a steep hill. So you got one at the top, one at the bottom, and then what happens is one goes up and it pulls the other one down, or the one goes down and pulls the other one up. They only go in a pretty much straight line, backwards and forwards, but it's a very steep hill, and they're called funicular, and they work off either chains or metal ropes or metal cables and things like that. And they are ingenious, and they are Victorian in the UK anyway. I can't vouch for the age of these. Apparently there's 3 in Lisbon. Still unsure what's happened, but one has come down from the top of the hill with people on board, and normally they're in a straight line, but this has got a curves on it because it's in Lisbon, and Lisbon's a very old medieval city. It's gone around the corner and it's come off the tracks, and it's kind of fallen sideways and hit a building, and that's where horrendous injuries and deaths have actually occurred. The one that was being pulled up a few feet, and then just rolled back down to the bottom of the hill. No serious injuries with that one, thank goodness. But yeah, horrendous thing. Oh, thanks, Jack. You're going to send me a Christmas card. That'll make one I'll get this year. Huge military parade in Beijing with Kim Jong-un, Putin, Xi Jinping, and others that we need to keep an eye on. And the parade was its typical spectacular self. What you can say about the Chinese, when they do military parades, my God, they are amazing, particularly with the troops. When they're marching, I mean, it's like AI generated. It's just, everything is just perfectly. Of course, if they screw up, they'll just get shot, won't they? So maybe they have to be like that. They just want to live. But yeah, their arms go up at the same time, legs go up at the same time, they move their heads at the same time. It's just amazing to watch. It's just a shame that they're, not very nice people. Budget has been announced for the UK. It's on the 26th of November. I read from accounts say it's her second budget, and it will be consolidation in making what? Oh, we are investing in our own country, so that's good. Working people will be better off, and a £50 billion black hole she's got. She says she doesn't recognise those figures. It's a bit like Benjamin Netanyahu when his troops carry out a massacre. He always says, "Oh well, it was a mistake. It was a technical error. It's something else." Yeah, I don't recognise that. And she says the same thing. Yeah, she says £42 billion black hole. She said £20 billion black hole ever since she come in. They keep saying they've inherited this stuff from the Tories. They've been in for nearly 18 months now. I mean, come on, that's not how things work. You've been in charge for long enough. You've made it worse. You're making it worse for people. People are losing their jobs left, right, and centre. We've got I don't know how many retailers about to go to the wall. Body care has now been added to the list. Poundland, even though it's had 80 million pumped into it when it got bought out, it's had another 60 million pumped into it. It's still losing money, so that's on the brink. You've got New Look on the brink. You've got River Island on the brink. Claire's, so that's a lot of retailers that are not doing very well. Shoes owners shutting shops down. The only exception seems to be we've got Foot Asylum moving back to Wigan. They had a shop in the Grand Arcade a few years ago. It wasn't there long, to be fair. But they're now moving to what is going to be an empty unit, which was Hobbycraft, which is shutting down. So they're opening up in Robin Park next to. The Lisbon funicular is 140 years old. Thank you. Her budget will be cancelling Christmas, says DT. Yep. Isn't Christmas already cancelled? Why every time she's asked a question does she fumble around? Thursday the 4th, she was when she was backing Angela Rayner at a school in the Wigan Borough, apparently. She was Angela, Rayner, for God's sake, spit it out, woman. I think you'd get training, wouldn't you? I mean, I fluff my words, but that's because I'm just reading out my writing and I can't read it. Interesting fact. The migrant who was accused of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl, causing this was from the Epping Hotel, causing the protest there, which then spread around the country, has today been found guilty of said offence of sexual assault on a 14-year-old girl, harassing 2 other teenage girls, and an actual real woman. Will be sentenced soon. So, once again, everyone was right, and the government slagging people off saying they're all far right was wrong. Who knew? But, interesting, Epping Hotel migrant guilty of sexual assault. If you look at the BBC, if you go onto the BBC News channel, and you look at the little ticker thing at the bottom, it says Epping Hotel resident. Are they not allowed to use the word migrants? Immigrants? Is that not a BBC word? Again, it's time to possibly defund the BBC. To be fair, they've been saying more stuff negative about the government than they have been doing for a while. Because I was going to have a section on here, which was as not seen on the BBC News at 10. Where we look at all the stuff that the BBC News at 10 hasn't covered. But to be fair, they must have known I was going to do that, and they've panicked. So they started mentioning things now, including the criticism against Angela Rayner, and even mentioning the number of migrants and everything. If Wigan Council would reduce the rates for businesses, it would attract more businesses. Just come and says, yeah, the business rates, though, are set by the government. So it's the government who need to do it, but what they've done is doubled it. When we had, I have a business, so I'm kind of involved in this. When we had the COVID crisis, the one thing that was always the Achilles heel for me was the business rates, because they're just ridiculous. So much so that around about 10 or more years ago, I was literally stood on a motorway bridge at 3 o'clock in the morning for about 3/4 of an hour because of the pressure of bailiffs and all that coming round to the shop over the business rates. The business rates were actually higher than the entire turnover of that shop. And it was just ridiculous. The pressure got too much for me. But COVID comes along, 50% reduction, and the Tories say we'll keep it going as long as we can. Rachel Reeves gets in, immediately gets rid of that. So basically your business rates have doubled again. I'm not where I was then, don't panic. But I can imagine some people may get there again. And that's why a lot of big companies in particular, because they've got bigger shops, they've got many of them dotted around the country, usually in prime sites, in town centres, where the business rates are just ridiculously expensive. And they've doubled. Wages have gone up. National insurance contributions gone up. It doesn't sound a lot, but when you've got 10 1,000 employees or even 3,000 employees, that adds up really quick. And don't forget, all your suppliers have got the same problem. Their business rates have gone up. Their employers' contributions have gone up. Their electricity and gas, like yours, has gone up. Everything's gone up. That's why these companies are failing. That's why more people are on the dole now. Because this government doesn't know its arse from its elbow. You can quote me on that. Sorry, just got a bit ranty then. I do apologise. Gigio, I can't even read me all right here. Armani has died. He was a fashion guru, aged 91. And there was a bus crash in London near Victoria Station, where a bus has come off the road and it's a bus shelter. Breaking news, there's many injured, hopefully none too seriously. And Nadine Dorries has joined Reform UK, you know, the mad woman who was a former minister for, I don't know what she was a minister of, but an absolutely nutter, and she did a bit of TV and stuff on Talk TV. Well, she's joined Reform UK, so that's them, isn't it? They're going downhill. They are, but having worked in the valuation office of the local council, has the discretion to reduce it under certain circumstances. All right, I did not know that. They deny all that. Elbows are outwards, but bums aren't. Yeah. I don't know what she's talking about. Yeah, I just nod and agree. Yes, you're right. Thank you. Anyway, that was the week's news so far. Don't forget to like, share, and comments. You don't have to agree with me. If you think that Culture Secretary, that's it, like our MP is now. Our MP is our Culture Secretary now, and sport and all that kind of nonsense. Lisa Nandy. But yeah, if you want to disagree with me, if you think that Labour are doing a great job, then let me know. I won't get offended much. Last good debate we had was on trans rights. Me saying that if a trans woman is accused and found guilty of rape using their male genitalia, then they should not go to a female prison. They should go to a male prison. Particularly if they transitioned after the attack. Yeah, that's how it goes. So someone argued with me about that. We had a nice discussion about it. I mean, I won, obviously. I think it was a draw, to be fair. But it is what it is. Anyway, let's have a look at some lighter news, or memes, or things that have kind of passed us by, or pass you by, or things that just amuse me. There's always a bit of an F1 tangent on this, and we've definitely got the Pet Shop Boys on this one, which this is a genius. Labour's Twitter is like a parallel universe. Labour, have you ever watched like Talk TV? Well, I don't watch Talk TV anymore now. It's just called Talk, innit? Have you ever watched GB News? Yeah, we all watch GB News now, don't we? And you get the token Labour person on there, and they have to say, that no, migrant hotels are a great thing, and all migrants are wonderful, and we should be nicer to migrants and all that. You can tell they don't believe it anymore. You can tell they're only there for the money. You can tell that I don't think anyone believes any of that anymore now. It's time to make a change. Whether reform is the way to go, I don't know. But we need to get rid of this Labour government first. That is the most important thing. Get rid of Angela Rayner and Rachel from Accounts and Keir Starmer, and we might have a chance. But then we've got David Lammy, West Streeting, and the others. So no, we're absolutely screwed, no matter what way you look at it. Anyway, lighter news. I did promise you lighter news, and I do like delivering what I promise. So we're going to have a look now at the news that has broke. No, that's later on. See, I'm getting confused now. Parallel universe. I'm going to look at the items that have made me snigger and laugh and do stuff over the last week that I've seen on the internet web. So, Pet Shop Boys This is the lead singer, who is called Neil Tennant. And there he is at the height of the Pet Shop Boys' popularity, and the left there looking, well, younger, because he was. We were all younger back then, weren't we? I was still a teenager when they were getting their hits in. And now he's gone older, so they've called him Neil Tennant in the past, and now he's Neil Landlord. Again, whoever comes up with these things, they are a genius. They really are. It's very, very impressive indeed. Next up, we've got this one. Now this is moderately unbelievable. A seller tricks a buyer by painting a chicken green and selling it as a parrot. In a strange case of deception, a seller duped a buyer by painting a chicken green, it's more dyeing I think than painting it, and claiming it was a parrot. The ruse unravelled when the bird's unusual behaviour and appearance sparked suspicion. This incident underscores how easily buyers can be misled, particularly when animals are sold without proper oversight or verification. And you're like, what? You know what that looks like to me? It looks like the Kellogg's Cornflakes rooster. That's what it looks like to me. It does not look like a parrot. Now this is New Karachi, where and it was sold for rupees, 6,500 rupees. But parrots and all other birds are available. So whatever bird you want, we'll just paint a chicken that colour or dye it, brush it with green dye or whatever. Could have sold it as the Incredible Hulk, couldn't they? Imagine they've had an Incredible Hulk chicken. The amount of chicken you get off that'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? That'd make a meal. Now, I've never been abroad, but one of my favourite buildings in America is this, which is the Flatiron building. And it's a very narrow at one end and kind of flares out, and it's basically on a weird corner in New York. What they've done is someone's bought it and they've done it up because it was getting a bit derelict, and they put these fantastic lights on it, and I think it looks amazing. This is what it looks like from a distance. And yeah, it's a fantastic building, and I've always admired it from afar because I've never been there. But it's nice to see it's got a new lease of life. Unlike Michael Jackson, however, Michael Jackson tried to buy a Marvel so he could play Spider-Man. Spider-Man could be played by a madman. Plymouth flag clean-up could cost thousands. The council is assessing at least 20 unauthorised markings. That's what they call them. It's not vandalism, it's markings. Now, I don't have a problem with people putting flags up on lampposts. I don't have problems with people hanging flags from their windows. I don't have a problem with people hanging flags from flagpoles in their gardens. Not a problem whatsoever. But I do draw the line, particularly when it's done this badly, of vandalising infrastructure. So when there are some people who we've seen online who've done the crosses on the mini roundabouts using a roller and proper paint and doing it at the right angles and everything, and okay, it's still vandalism, but it looks alright, it looks good. And then you've seen other people doing it with spray cans, which is probably what this one is, and it just looks a complete mess, and you kind of lose your argument, don't you, when you do that. So no, hang flags up if you want, but do it proper. Meanwhile, Shenzhen, Fire Brigade conducted a revolutionary drill on a 151-metre skyscraper using tethered firefighting drones that can reach heights impossible for traditional ladder trucks. This technology solves the deadly problem of high-rise fires in dense megacities where the conventional firefighting equipment cannot reach upper floors. Now, this is good in, obviously, China, but also be good in America, New York and all that. And if we had something similar, could we have stopped the tragedy at Grenfell? Could the fire have been put out a lot quicker and not spread as much? Would less people have died? Drones, they're everywhere now, aren't they? You watch any TV show, even a bloody soap opera's got a drone in it nowadays. So no, I think this is good technology, and obviously it's tethered because it needs to pump the water up to it to spurt it out onto the fire. There's no point firing it up and getting there, and it just goes and then it has to come back down again to reload. So no, attach it to a fire engine. I think we should have them all over the world. I think they're brilliant. David Tennant is named after Neil Tennant, the Pet Shop Boys. David Tennant's real name is David MacDonald. Changed his name when joining the Scottish Actors Union, as another actor had his name. How rude! How rude! I thought they were brothers. No, I didn't. Here's an interesting fact. Can't prove it, but we'll go anyway. Dinosaurs roamed Earth for such a long period of time that dinosaur fossils existed while dinosaurs were still alive. I mean, that's something to get your head around, isn't it? Dinosaurs were around so long that early dinosaurs that died were fossilised whilst dinosaurs were still ruling the planet. So that's millions of years before we came along. But yeah, interesting fact. Unless of course you're a Christian, in which case it's all BS and they were created by God and killed by God. Oh, hey up. Oh, we got a disconnection, reconnection. So you're back. Yeah, you're back. Kellogg's founded in 1906. Yeah, we've reconnected. If they win $1 million, if the straight man is among the last two people in the house at the end, he wins $1 million. Now here's the twist. None of the men are actually gay. They all just think they are the one straight man. I mean, that messes people's heads. There was a show I watched last year which was, what was it called? Someone Should Win, Must Win. And, what was it called? What was it called? It was some young lad. And it was like, he must win this, even though it was like the least popular person there. And yeah, that messed with their heads. And it was really good, to be fair. And I like Traitors. I think that's good. Even the American one. And there's an Australian one now as well, apparently. Man Up 3 is coming out on the PS5. Just thought I'd mention it. Sorry kids, seems like we did it all for nothing. And there's a picture there of a World War II, weary World War II soldier statue, massive, sat on a ammo box, looking very exhausted, and three young children looking at it. And yeah, they will be spinning in their graves. Dad beaten by mass gang inside own home kills intruder to protect his kids. A dad in Yorkshire was beaten with a crowbar by a mass gang inside his own home, killed one of the intruders to protect his two children and partner. The man who has not been named stabbed an armed intruder to death after a gang of 6 masked men burst into his home in Selby, North Yorkshire. Forced to defend himself and the terrified family after he began to be beaten with fists and a crowbar, the father of 2 grabbed a man and in the struggle stabbed one of the intruders. And I'm like, yep, I have no problem with that. If someone breaks into your house, you are, as far as I'm concerned, you're within your rights to protect your family. And now we've had this argument before about the farmer years ago who shot the 2 people on his land, 2 kids, and I was a bit on the edge with that one. But this one, no, I don't have a problem with it. He's been beaten with a crowbar, so you've got to save yourself, haven't you? Because if you get killed, then what chance have your family got? So yeah, absolutely, self-defense. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, cute animal. We've not had a cute animal for a while, so here we go. Otters have a small pocket in their skin where they keep their favourite rock. Some even keep the same one their entire lives. Now don't worry, the rock's not had ready break. It's just to show you that it's holding a rock. Spider-Man first appeared in comics in August 1962. Oh, it appeared before me then, that's good. J.D. Vance gives his verdict on St. George's flags insulting, upsetting Brits. J.D. Vance has weighed in on the amount of St. George's flags that have been popping up all around the UK, saying, in fact, it's a good thing to be proud of your country, and I agree, as long as they're done legally and legitimately. 5 parrots had to be separated at a zoo because they kept swearing at visitors, then laughing together, and even encouraged each other to curse more. That's an AI picture, but I mean, it's very, very funny. I can't see how this works, but in theory, so it already doesn't work, someone standing in Mexico could see someone standing in Canada via only 7 well-placed perfect mirrors on 7 mountains within the United States, and a good telescope. That's the bit they forgot to mention. So you could probably do it with a laser. Maybe try it with a laser. Maybe do that and see if that works. Although you probably end up frying birds or aeroplanes, slicing them in half as they fly through the laser. But yeah, interesting idea. But of course the Earth is curved, so for that length there'd be the curvature of the Earth, so the laser wouldn't work. So you'd have to have slightly curved. Oh God, far too complicated. It's an offence under the Highways Act 1980 to deface any road infrastructure. Yep. I'm surprised it's only 1980 to be fair, but no, I agree. There's safety issues, isn't there? It's like when the people chopped down the speed cameras in Wigan. I knew why they did it, but I didn't agree with them. I don't necessarily agree with speed cameras necessarily, but the only people who pay for them are taxpayers. So the people who pay the taxes end up paying for something that someone else has vandalised, and they probably don't pay tax. So, you know, I think whoever gets done for doing that should pay for the cleaning in the case of the spray paints, or the replacement of the speed cameras, that kind of thing. Now, as about this, I'm not saying we're getting into a nanny state or a pathetic excuse for a country, but apparently, and this is in the Daily Telegraph, rolling your eyes at colleagues could be bullying. I mean, oh sorry, I didn't mean to, oh God. If anyone was upset or offended by that, I apologise profusely. I didn't mean to roll my eyes then. It was, I was swallowing some spit and it went the wrong way, and I kind of had to do that, okay? So I do apologise. I wasn't bullying you in any way, shape or form. I would never bully anyone. I may disagree with people or take the mickey, but I would never bully anyone. Yeah, what's up? I've done it again. Sorry. We are getting into a really, really stupid place at the minute. Don't forget, if you're enjoying this, you can press the heart thing on the side of the chat. Won't tell me who you are, but it's quite funny. Sorry, Jax. I apologise profusely. I did consider resigning for a short period of time. I don't know what came over me. It's not something I've done before, and I'm ashamed of myself. I've let my family down. I've let myself down. I've let you down. I'm humble, and I pray for your forgiveness, and I promise, like a good politician, I'll never do it again. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Right. Meanwhile, best driving instructor name I've ever seen, Samuel Jackson, and they put the L in the middle, so he's Samuel L. Jackson. Okay, I'll just bring you 100 DVDs. All right, brilliant. As long as they're free, that's great. We paid for them, obviously. Winston Churchill was crossing Fifth Avenue in New York in 1931 and forgot that cars drove on the opposite side of the road from England. A car struck him going at 30 miles an hour. He stepped onto the street and the impact hurtled him to the pavement, leaving him with a deep scalp wound, cracked ribs and severe bruising. For several days he hovered in a critical state, suffering from shock and pain, but he did recover. And that's one reason, apparently, why he used a stick when he was Prime Minister, because of this injury he got in New York from not looking properly. He should look left and right. The Green Cross Code man, to be fair, wasn't around when he was a young man in New York, but that's maybe where he's come from. But yeah, there was a game that was brought out by, was it Codemasters? I don't know, I mean Codemasters. And it was based on the fact that Winston Churchill, because this first I heard about it was this game, and it said before he was Prime Minister, long before he was a Prime Minister, when he was a young man, he was run over by a car in New York and severely injured, and it was a bit touch and go. But what would have happened if he'd died and he wasn't the Prime Minister of the UK? Could Germany have won the war? And that's where this game starts. And you're in New York, and you're building a skyscraper with the girders and everything, and Zeppelins come over and start bombing because they're now invading America because, you know, Europe lost the war. And it's like an interesting concept that just something as simple as that, bit sliding doors, isn't it? You know, it was insignificant at the time. He was just a young man. I think he might have been a politician of some sort, but he certainly wasn't Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Gets struck by a car in a foreign country, gets severely injured, could have gone either way, survives, ends up being the Prime Minister when we go to war with Germany is a pretty good leader in those circumstances. He's got his problems, as many politicians have, but under those circumstances led us and the coalition to victory in Europe and Japan and everywhere else. Got voted out immediately, but then got voted back in again because, funnily enough, Labour were crap. Who knew? Oh no, it was Liberals, wasn't it? They were crap. They never got back in again, did they? That was the last time they got in after the war. But no, if it had gone the other way, half of us wouldn't exist because our parents probably wouldn't have met because history would have been completely changed. There might be people maybe not even sat in this building. This building might not exist. It might not have been built. But, people in this country might all be talking German now. The people who don't exist because the outcome. It's just very peculiar if you think about it. Little things like that can make a huge difference to the entire planet. Cute animal alert. Not Australian animals will kill you. Don't get me wrong. He wants to kill you. He just can't. I mean, I don't even know what that is. It might even be AI, but if it is, it's a cute, vicious little bugger. But it's Australia, so it probably is a genuine thing. Meanwhile, online, in Wakefield News, someone's paid for an aeroplane with one of the banners on the back of it to fly over somewhere. It just says, Mrs. Brown's Boys is shite. I like Mrs. Brown Boys for the first couple of series, because it was different. Well, it's just the same joke over and over and over again now. So I've not even watched the last series, didn't watch the Christmas specials either. I've just kind of got off it. Life expectancy and height are inversely correlated. Studies suggest that men under 5'8" live an average 4.95 years longer than men over 5'8". Well, it's obvious, isn't it? I mean, obviously, people die all the time, all ages, for all different reasons. Winston Churchill could have died when he got struck by a car at 30 miles an hour in New York. But if you're tall, then the heart's got to work harder, pumping blood to your extremities. So it's going to be working harder for longer for your entire, once you've gone through puberty and grown full size. So obviously it's going to knacker up sooner. I mean, that's common sense, isn't it? Same if you're obesely fat as well. Your body's got a lot more blood to pump round, and your heart's straining all the time as well because it's got to get from the whole body, the mass of your body. So if you're slim and short, then your body still has to, your heart still has to pump the blood around, but it'll do it at lesser stress to itself, all being well. Watch this now. I don't consider myself tall, and I don't consider myself obese, but I'll probably just flake out now with an heart attack. I've got to be like, told you. Oh, by the way, I exist as well. Yeah. But yeah, there you go then. So if you're tall, it's not all good news. Mind you, sometimes the last 5.5 years might not be great anyway. So, Elon Musk tweeted that. St. George's Cross. That's all, nothing, just that. I'm 100% convinced that the chair had something to do with the fire. And there's a snow-filled chair. Just obviously it was snow-filled, and a huge fire going on in the background, and the chair looks like it's laughing away there at the fire going on. It is an amusing photograph. Winston Churchill was due to have a meeting with Adolf Hitler in 1932 when Churchill visited Germany, but Hitler never turned up for the meeting. Oh, interesting. That's why we call you Stato. You got all these stats for us. Oh, sorry, Craig. But you live in America, Canada, so you'll be all right. They've got better health service over there. What's that? We'll blame Putin and Starmer. If Putin and Starmer, if anything happens to me, could be a Wigan Council, to be fair. Isaac Hadjar, a rookie in Formula One, he got his first podium through merit, to be fair, not because everyone else crashed out. Okay, Lando Norris's engine went, but I mean, he was still in 4th place, best result ever in a car that shouldn't be doing that. So fantastic drive from him. He got a porcelain cup for 3rd place, and then broke it. He did basically what Lando Norris did in Hungary last year to Max Verstappen's 1st place trophy when he broke that. So first trophy and you break it within 5 minutes of having it. Terrible. Meanwhile, from Viz, People always claim that foxes are cunning, but I saw one rummaging through my bin on Monday night, when the bins had been emptied that morning. He is a local fox, so he should have had weighed up that. No, he should have had that weighed up by now. So yes, it's obviously made up, but yeah, foxes are meant to be cunning, rummaging through my bin on Monday night, but the bins were emptied earlier on. Local ones should know better. Yeah, absolutely. Hi Craig. Can you cut my hair like this? So the guy does. Basically repeats the photograph on the back of the kid's head. Hilarious. You can pay $5 for this animal shelter with cats, and they will write the names of people you don't like in the bottom of the litter box, the cat litter box. So the cats pee and poo on the names of the people you don't like for $5, and they get fed and fresh litter as well, so it's all good. Excuse me, Hugh Norris, I've been in a state of recovery for the past day or two. There's actually a separate building getting built. Separate buildings getting built up at the galleries. What, buildings plural? Oh, I know they're building the market hall because I've had a look at that. But I didn't know they're building a second one as well. And we'll have a wander around tomorrow. Trump has a body double as health crisis conspiracy theory emerges. Conspiracy theories are swirling on social media about the possible Donald Trump body double as worries over the former president's... he's not the former president, he's the current president's health escalates. Unless they know something we don't know. Excuse me, Jax, I cut my own hair. I have a great haircut. Very rude. Lasers were once a huge scientific breakthrough. Now we use them to play with cats. Computers were once a huge scientific breakthrough. Now we use them to look at cats. Conclusion: science was made for cats. Well, the local elections are coming up, so they've got to show something's being built, haven't they? Let's calm down. I'm going thin on top. If you shave my sides, I wouldn't have much left then. I look like Vince Clarke from Yazoo, but he's just had a little bit at the front like that. Internet users stumped over what this tool is for, and it's an old-fashioned manual, literally manual piercing can opener, which we had one of, and I used to use it quite a lot when I was a kid. I nearly took my finger off about 5 or 6 times, but you know, still got them all. Woo. And then we got an electric one, or rather I bought my mum an electric one, save her losing her fingers, and we used that for God knows how many years. Alright, I will definitely have a look then. About time, innit? Talking of old stuff, blast from the past. That I think is a Kodak Extra camera, certainly a 110 camera with a flash. But the flash was a once use only flash, but this one wasn't because it had 10 flashes on it. They're all one on top of the other stacked up. So the shadows got really weird when you took pictures. But the reason why I'm doing YouTube now is because I had a Kodak Extra camera back in the day, and I filmed, I recorded the demolition of the mills in Tameside using that camera, then got a 35mm camera and everything, and then I've kind of been doing films and dabbling ever since. 17,702 barber shops operating in Wigan as of February 2024. There's more than that, mate. There's definitely more than 17,000. There's like 300 of them in Wigan. Jeez. Wigan's not even a big town. How many vape shops are there? No, don't even go there with that one. A Reddit user asked ChatGPT to explain their job to a child. After they had done it, he started questioning his career choices. In 2008, a man from Chicago bought a car for $600, registered it to his ex-girlfriend's name, and then parked the car at O'Hare Airport and racked up 678 parking tickets totaling $105,000. I mean, that is going to some effort to absolutely get one back on your ex-girlfriend. Genius idea. I mean, to get that kind of fine now, all you need to do is go to Manchester Airport and just leave the car for 30 seconds at the drop-off point, and you'll get a fine like that anyway. So, yeah, there you go. It's taken them 3 years, but we finally got there, boys. What an historical moment we're living through. Absolutely. As seen on Wigan Watch. You keep watching Wigan Watch. Don't forget to watch Wigan Watch. Got a Wigan Watch special coming up with a different unit I'm going into for some very exciting news about that. A brewery creates edible six-pack rings to feed sea creatures instead of killing them. Saltwater Brewery in Delray has developed edible six-pack rings that are made from byproducts of beer, like barley and wheat, making them safe for marine life to consume. That's a genius idea. The rings are 100% biodegradable and compostable. The initiative aims to combat the harmful effects of traditional plastic six rings on ocean life. Now, we don't really get plastic over here now around them. Occasionally you might get the odd pack of 4-pack with it on. And if I do buy a 4-pack with the plastic on, before I put it in the bin, I always cut all the bits of plastic. I mean, either it'll end up in the sea, I've no idea, but I've just got to the stage now where the big rings where the cans go, well, I cut them so you can, they're not going to get trapped around anything. And there's usually little ones dotted around, so I cut them as well so that the smaller things can't get caught in them. Figures from the National Hair and Beauty Federation. Oh, well, there you go then. Oh, that's barbershops, isn't it? So it wouldn't include hairdressers. Nah. And here's what they look like up close. So in theory, you could eat them yourself, I suppose. If it's fully biodegradable, I wouldn't recommend it. Did you know there were 5 Beatles? The band The Beatles, not like 5 Beatles, just generally. I mean 5 Beatles from the band Beatles. No, neither did I. To be fair, the 5th Beatle only ever made one appearance, and that was on the cover of Abbey Road. Although they also say as well that it was the first ever photo bomb. If you look at John Lennon, he's the one in the white suit at the front, and you look up a little bit, you'll see a Bedford van parked up, and stood next to the Bedford van is an old guy in a jacket with a flat cap on, staring at the camera. So photobombed it. Immortalised forever. I mean, there's only of the humans you can see on that picture, I would assume there's only 2 still alive. I hate you. Get out, you. What? Oh, I'm confused. 80s post-punk icons. So these are people from alternative bands from the 80s, all of which I bought singles of. So Susie from Susie the Banshees, Robert Smith from The Cure, Ian Curtis from Joy Division, Love Will Tear Us Apart, Peter Murphy from Bauhaus. I got in trouble off my mum because my stepfather's parents lived the other side of Manchester, and my step-granddad passed away. There was a funeral, and I was going to the funeral. I wasn't going to the funeral, I was going to the wake. And I had to get a bus all the way there because I've been at school. And I get to Piccadilly, and where the bus stop was for the bus was Piccadilly Records. They've relocated since then. They were actually in Piccadilly at the time. I went in while I was waiting for the bus, and I saw that the Bauhaus, She's in Parties, what a tune that is, was picture disc 7-inch, so I bought it. And then I got on the bus, went to my late step-grandfather's house, walked in with this bag, and Mum said, "What's that?" And I went, "It's a record, I bought it when I was in Manchester." And she said, "That's very disrespectful. You're supposed to be going to a funeral and a wake, and you've bought a record." In my defence, I pulled it out and showed it and said, "Yeah, but it's a picture disc." Didn't go down well. She didn't speak to me for the rest of the day. You've also got Danny. The bottom 3, I only know one of. But you got Daniel, Richard, and Roz. But Andrew was Sisters of Mercy, who I've been listening to today, actually. They did This Corrosion. Hey now, now, sing this corrosion. And Dominion, and all that kind of thing. You know, they recently pedestrianised the crossing at Skulls Flats. I really hope they do the same with the crossing up the road by Little Darlington Street, as it's just as bad. You are right, yes. That's where the railway line went through, if you've seen the video of that. I didn't know there was a railway line that went through there. And the houses, you've got like that triangle of grass and trees, and there's a row of houses. And there was another row of houses, and the train line went across there diagonally. It's fascinating looking at these old things. 3,573 vape shops in the UK that just sell vapes. This figure does not include, I'm glad you're clarifying, convenience shops, etc. Yeah, there's got to be more than 3,000. I think these figures are artificially deflated, to be fair. Not your fault, you're getting them from reliable sources, I get that. It's always good to know where, you know, things are. So, to use the disabled lift, please come upstairs to the buffet and notify a member of staff so that we can turn the power on. Customer service at its best. So you're disabled, you need to use the lift to go upstairs, but you have to go upstairs to tell people to turn the power on so you can come back downstairs to use the lift. What? Meanwhile, this is fascinating and somewhat creepy. It's like the start of a horror movie. But I do like blue eyes, to be fair. But these are way, way blue. Indonesian tribe with a rare genetic condition giving them striking blue eyes. That's not photoshopped. That is a genuine blue eye. I mean, look at it. That's scary. It's like, you know, you see someone with those eyes and you're walking through some woods or something and you come across someone like that, you'd be like, whoa. But it's not just him. It's all of them. It's like, what the hell? Although, if you look at the one at the top left, he's got what looks like one brown eye and one blue eye. But no, that is just... I mean, to them that's normal. They probably think we're weird because we've got dark coloured eyes. But stuff like that fascinates me. Little things that just makes us, you know, unique in our own way. But yeah, Indonesia. Meanwhile, first meme. Sorry, just realised what I said then. Oh. Yeah, here we go. Yvette Cooper says to Keir Starmer, the boats keep coming, what shall we do? He replies, there's nothing else for it. We have to pretend to do more. That's basically what they're doing. They're pretending to do stuff. Good news, folks. Nessie is back after a hiatus, as the chilling clip shows something lurking in the loch. The official Loch Ness Monster Sightings Register spotted the suspicious sighting on Friday of last week. It's the first time she's been seen in 3 months. Yet they're still showing us a picture that's over 100 years old. So show us something that actually proves that it exists, although of course it doesn't. Talked about it before, Poundland is back to its roots with £1, £2 and £3 rule across certain stores. So they're actually reducing the price of stuff or just getting stuff in that's actually the price it should be. Now this is horrific, but in a good way. Jihadi John was eating a kebab when he was evaporated by a British drone strike. The British ISIS executor Jihadi John was eating a kebab when he was killed in a British drone strike, according to top military chief who was involved in the operation. Remember him? He was a scumbag who videoed the murder of many people, including British aid workers, etc., while the Gulf War was on. And he died horribly. Yay. Couples celebrate wedding day at footy game after tying knot at crematorium. This is national news, but this is Wigan. The couple topped off their dead cute wedding day by providing half-time entertainment during Wigan Athletics 1-1 draw with Stockport County League One as they tried to win a pizza on the pitch. I mean, she looks as miserable as sin. She's just got married, to be fair, in a crematorium. And now she's at the Wigan football, playing football. And she just doesn't look happy. I mean, you know, wish them all the best for the future, but didn't start well, did it? Brits bash pointless and idiotic WH Smith's rebrand as stores open as TJ Jones. The stationery store, newsagents, which has been in town centre staple for more than 200 years, was sold off earlier this year to investment firm Mondella Capital, and they've rebranded it with a fictitious family name, TJ Jones. Why would you buy a brand name like WH Smith's and then change it to something else? It's like the guys who bought, the company that bought Eddie Stobart have now rebranded them all. Hugh Norris, I'm old enough to remember when everything was actually £1 in Poundland, just as their motto stated, and scarily, that was like 2018. Yeah, I did a video, it's on here somewhere on the YouTube channel, very early one. It might even be on, no, it might be on my other YouTube channel. And it basically, it was when it was in the galleries, and it said Poundland, everything a pound, and then the door was there. So I said Poundland, everything a pound, and I went to slow motion as I went through the door, and there was the the baskets that you put bargains in, £3, £5, £10, and I went, it's lies, it's all lies. And weirdly, you'll never find that one, see. Weirdly, about 3 weeks afterwards, they got rid of the everything inside a pound sign. They replaced it with something else. So yeah. The rarest colour eyes are red or violet eyes, which are exclusively found in people with albinoism. You're right. I had albino mice when I was little, and they had bright red eyes. No. You have not. You have not done that. Tacky TV, £1 honest or not. Poundland, everything's a pound. Slow motion. Oh, there's me, my old shop. Honest or not. Why am I wearing a silly hat? There you go. £2. Not. Oh, I was doing it in the style of what's it called? What's it called? Banzai. I was doing it like that. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. It's unbelievable that you found that fucking quick. Oh, I need to set the challenges order for you. Anyway, who knew our Queen was really, really good at defending herself? Queen Camilla. I say Queen. I don't consider her my Queen, but anyway, Queen Camilla whacked a pervert in the privates with a shoe after he tried to grope her. Queen Camilla was just a teenager when she was groped by a man on a train to Paddington in 1960s, but she fought back and had him arrested, a new book claims, and shit him in the balls with her shoe. Well done you. Self-defence, perfectly fine. The irony is that if it was a British man, well, British willies are average, but report finds it's not good news for Aussies. Scientists looked at 6 regions of... Oh, that's 6 regions, I thought we were going to say the body. There's only one that's got a penis. To determine the length of men's privates, and Europeans, including Brits, are bang average when it comes to willy size. Who knew? It doesn't say what the size is, but apparently Aussies, not so much. But aren't most Aussies British criminals anyway? So it should be the same, wouldn't it? That short video clip, if it was posted today, would surely go viral. It's always the most simple stuff that attracts the masses. You are right. I was doing TikTok before. That was 7 years ago. I don't think TikTok was a thing. So yeah, I was doing TikTok before TikTok. Putin, Xi and Kim Jong-un plan to become immortal in overheard discussion. This is brilliant. Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping and Kim Jong-un were all overheard plotting how to live on, and the trio discussed the use of organ transplants to extend life, according to a translator. So yeah, it's your brain. I mean, yeah, you can replace hearts, can replace lungs, you can replace, you can, kidney transplants, liver transplants, you can do all that, yeah. But your brain goes, what's the point? It's the brain you need to look at. But anyway, who wants any of them three to live longer than tomorrow? Asking for a friend. A man is fighting for his life after infected with flesh-eating bacteria on a fishing trip. A 38-year-old Florida father has been left hospitalised and fighting for his life after a family fishing trip left him infected with a flesh-eating bacteria on his leg. The tragic news is his children have got it as well, because it looks like they've eaten the faces. It's a horrendous thing, though. That's one of the things that scares me more than anything else. Oh, way up. What was he retracted that for? All signs Trump's public appearance are AI. Bald spot, bunched shoulders. President Donald Trump has spoken out and confirmed he's alive and well, but this is simply not enough evidence for some social media sleuths who believe he is a projected AI image. I mean, remember last year or the year before, we were talking about Putin having about 15 different body doubles. Apparently first opened in 1990. In 2016, its revenue was 1.31 billion, which, it makes me wonder why chucking 60 million at it is going to make any difference. If it's in dire straits, 60 million isn't going to dig it out. Anyway, energy drinks set to be banned in UK as Labour Party takes on major brands. This is a tick from me, I agree with this. The ban means selling high caffeine energy drinks to anyone under 16 could be illegal, and popular drinks could be affected. Here's everything you need to know about the rules. Now, I always thought they were anyway. I always thought it was illegal to sell energy drinks to people under the age of 16, because if you're ever in a supermarket, they always ask for ID. Turns out that's a voluntary thing. They don't actually legally have to do it, but I think they should legally have to do it. They legally have to do it with vapes, so why not with energy drinks? A friend of mine who's now in the 30s, before I knew him when they were 17, ended up in hospital because he used to drink 4 or 5 Monsters a day for about 3 years. And we were on about before of the getting a heart attack because of not your heart failing because you're very tall and the heart has to work harder to pump the blood around, or you're very fat and the heart has to work harder to pump the blood around. But yeah, you feeding it caffeine for that length of time and that much caffeine just overworks it. It's just continually going, and he ended up in a very serious condition. Funny thing about the bride at the footy, by the way, I was at the game, as I'm a season ticket holder, and everyone was more asked about the fan engagement officer on the mic because of her voice. Alright, okay. I got ID for an energy drink when I was turning 30. That's a good thing, Jax. That means, like me, you don't look as old as you are. People do often knock 20 years off my age, to be fair, which is weird. And then other people add 5, so there. It depends how tired I am. Finally, I had a happy childhood. My dad used to put me in tyres and roll me down hills. Those were good years. Thank you, T. I know a mate of mine in 2021, he used to regularly get ID checked at Poundland when buying Monsters specifically. Yeah, exactly. It is true. So there you go. When I gave you that wine, I admitted your age, but I still say you're much younger. Yeah, well, I'm not. There was a thing I said about a railway station on one of my videos, and it was, hi to your mum, by the way, and it was exactly a week before I was born that it shut. That's all I'm saying. People find this, well, you deserve it. You deserve to know the truth. The truth is out there. So, breaking news. Here we go. Are we ready for this? Whew, I'm so excited. Keir Starmer quotes resurfaces as faces calls to sack Angela Rayner. Angela Rayner's lawyers deny giving her advice. Ralph Lauren, Morgan Freeman among stars to pay tribute to Giorgio. Nadine Dorries defects to Reform, saying Conservative Party is dead. Death toll rises. Oh yeah, Epic Sound Hotel run for Gizzy. Princess shows off a new blonde look. That's news, is it? King Charles shares rare cancer updates and opens up about terrible things about life after 70. It's not terrible after 70. I'm alright. Why the Navy drills holes into casket before burial at sea? Oh, it's not what you think. I'm going to say I would have thought so. It sinks and doesn't float to the surface. I mean, you know. DWP Minister issues update over controversial benefit reforms during Greater Manchester visit. Yeah, I mean, they are screwing people over left, right and centre. The number of people coming into my shop who would genuinely need of PIP and other stuff being put on universal credit, and it's just completely messing with their heads. Some have got mental health issues, and one of them said if it wasn't for a friend of his helping him out, he'd have killed himself. I mean, you know, this is meant to be the government that's helping people. Horrible. AA driver wins £22,000 payout over sacking for incredibly inappropriate joke. So not a lot of breaking news. Ollie Mears welcomes a second child. Police make string of arrests in crackdown on crime in Doncaster. Lloyds consider thousands of employees' jobs. Some pensioners to miss triple lot rise as well. That's what the Business News says in the Independent. Several people injured after bus crash near London Victoria Station. UK firms report biggest drop in employment since 2021 in Bank of England survey. Now, 2021 was COVID. No one was working. So, yeah, it's worse than that now. Mum fumes after school sent daughter home in completely different uniform. What? Former Tory minister makes bold Nigel Farage statement after joining Reform UK. Topshop is returned to the high street, but not as you expect. Ricky Tomlinson will return to Brookside as Bobby Grant for a special one-off episode. Now, if I remember rightly, Brookside ended when the estate was going to be demolished for a chemical company to build an access road. So I don't know how he's going to come back. But basically, they use some of the set now for that really crap, now 30-year-old E4 kids crap acting soap. I can never remember the name because I don't watch it. But when anything happens, it happens in spectacular time. Warning issue to everyone who sleeps with the bedroom door open. Your cat will come in and smother you. No, that's not it. So yeah. Keir Starmer releases Angela Rayner statement and promises I will act, well, like a complete prick. Well, you're doing that already, mate. Giorgio Armani shared his only regret in life days before his death. Angela Rayner's council considers striking off electoral roll. Surely you should only be able to vote in the place that is your home, isn't it? Not multiple homes. Why are energy prices rising this winter? Yeah, because Keir Starmer said they wouldn't do. Former Labour MP gives tearful speech in the House of Commons. No one cares. Trump makes major move with security guarantees in Ukraine. Oh, okay. UK households with air fryers warned to avoid using tinfoil. Now, here's the thing. I did use tinfoil in an air fryer as an experiment when I was cooking fish, and it didn't work. It just bounced the heat off and the fish was still raw in the middle. So don't use tinfoil in your air fryers. You don't need to go to Metro News for that. Mystery as rescuers find helicopter wreckage in jungle but recover only 1 of 8 bodies. This is a bit of a mystery. A helicopter's crashed with 8 people on board in a jungle. But when the rescuers got there, or the recovery team got there, they only found 1 body in the wreckage. There's 7 bodies missing, but no sign of anyone moving away from the area. Old Topshop to relocate in 30 old John Lewis stores. Ah, okay. Bit like Primark have done. Tottenham fans make feeling clear. Russia issues new threat towards UK over Ukraine war. Bore off. Dum-didum-didum. No, I think that's it. I think we've done enough news. Yeah, no, it's not good, not good. That is it for the news. So, there you go then. Oh, I've got some catching up to do. I see your other mate Donald Trump state visit to the UK is from Wednesday the 17th of September to Friday the 19th of September. I can't wait. Have you not had an invite to the state banquet to see your other mate? I assume it's in the post. I'll be honest with you, Stato. I'm pretty sure it's in the post. A little bit gutted by this because I was, I've got well, I mean, look, I've already got my suit sorted, ready to go. So yeah, I don't quite understand why it's not arrived yet, but it's still plenty of time. I mean, I've still got a week or two. I'm closing the shop obviously for those days, so I can get the full benefit and meet up and just talk about organ transplants and harvesting bodies and all that kind of thing. It's getting very grim, isn't it? Things are getting very grim out there. Anyway, we've had 53 views, average is 14 minutes and 3 seconds. We've got 11 at the minute, we've got 9 likes, thank you very much for those. We've had a few hearts and a few other bits and pieces flying up as well. Big shout out to everyone who's been involved with the chat. So DT, Calderdale, Top Cat, Jax, Stephen LFC, Kelly and Rollo. Angela O'Kane, hope your tooth gets well soon, or better even. Stato. What else have we got? We had a flying visit from Toff, there he is. Hugh Norris as well. And I've missed someone out, haven't I? Who have I missed out? Craig Meadow, there you go. Big shout out to all of you guys. Go to bed and sleep. I'm not going to go to bed and sleep. It's still early yet. It's not even midnight yet. I've got to have my tea yet. Christ. Some people are very bossy. I'll have a line in the morning. I have a line every Sunday morning. It's alright. It's fine. It's fine. So, top fans. Number 1 is Jax, number 2 is Stato, number 3 is Hugh Norris, 150, 125, 75. Scottish Girl gets 75, Top Cat gets 75, 4th and 5th. Daniel gets 75 in 6th place. Craig Meadow gets 50 XP. Stephen LFC gets 50, and Toff gets 25. That's your top 9 fans. Guinness, drink. Talking of which, didn't mention that, did I? I meant to mention that as well. The writer, or one of the co-writers of Father Ted, got arrested as he arrived back in London for a tweet he made some time ago. Yeah, free speech has gone, and now Keir Starmer saying that the police should be looking at real things, like knife crime and shoplifting and stuff like that, even though he's the one who's told them to go and look for people slandering him or saying the wrong thing that he doesn't agree with online. Make your mind up. I better still just go. Just resign. Leave the country. We don't care. Deport yourself. Your father was a tool maker. We know. You're the fucking tool he made. Anyway, that is it for this broadcast. A bit longer than usual, but we had a bit of a rant halfway through, so I do apologise for that. So we've been on for an hour and a half. I like to keep them around about an hour. Oops. So huge thank you to everyone, as I've already said. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. You can listen to this as a podcast. Feel free to comment in the comment section, or feel free to comment in the chat window that we've currently got. It's all good in the hood. So yeah, I'll be seeing you. Until next time. Bye. Tea.